What's up, guys? Artem MMA Analysis here with another fight announcement. We've got Magny. He's finally found an opponent, and it is going to be Max Griffin. This is a very interesting matchup in terms of rankings, because if we go to the UFC website and you see the welterweight rankings, Magny is actually ranked number 8, and Max Griffin is nowhere to be seen in the top 15. So it's a little bit of an interesting kind of matchup that they've made here. Yeah, that's all I can really say. It's a little bit strange that they've kind of matched up the number 8 guy with an unranked guy, but what an opportunity for Max Griffin to kind of prove himself. He's 36 years old. He's a lot older than I realized that he was. So this is an opportunity for Max Griffin to get into the top 15, get into the top 10 even, and potentially even make a title run himself if he can get past Magny. But with that being said, I personally don't see Max Griffin getting past Magny here. Magny, he's pretty good, man. He grinds out his decision wins. He's got a decision win over Jeff Neal, which is not too bad. 8 months ago, he lost to Michael Chiesa, which kind of happens. Michael Chiesa at one point, I think, was actually in the top 5. He beat Robbie Lawler about 1 year and 4 months ago. He's beaten Anthony Rocco Martin. He's beat Li Jiang as well, which seems to have become a pretty decent win. As we all know, though, Magny has been calling out Khamzat Chimaev for a very long time. And every time Magny calls out Khamzat Chimaev, Khamzat will say, or Dana White will say, no one wants to fight Khamzat Chimaev. Magny will be like, yep, I want to fight Khamzat Chimaev. Let me fight Khamzat Chimaev. And the UFC would say, no one wants to fight Khamzat Chimaev. So Magny's been willing to fight Khamzat Chimaev. He's been trying to get that Khamzat Chimaev fight for a very long time now. And what this tells me is if they're putting Magny up against Max Griffin, they've probably got an opponent lined up for Khamzat Chimaev, but that's for another story. That's for when the fight actually gets announced. When we get to it here, we've got Magny versus Max Griffin. Max Griffin absolutely smoked Ramiz Brahimaj over time with that terrible ear injury. Pretty much took his ear off, which is pretty gross. Knocked out Kenan Song, and then went to decision with Carlos Condit in a pretty great fight, to be honest. It was a great performance on the Max Griffin side. I think that was actually Carlos Condit's retirement fight, if I do remember correctly there. I might be remembering wrong though, obviously. But yeah, we've got Magny. I think he's going to win the fight. He's got the much high level experience. He's number 8. I think if he wins this fight, it's probably not going to put him up in the rankings anymore. Maybe it would put him up over Wonderboy because he's on a little bit of a losing streak at the moment. But beating an unranked guy probably won't shift his ranking too much. But I do see Magny winning this fight. I think he's going to be a pretty sizable favourite. Magny by decision is probably a pretty safe pick to make. He's going to be a lot bigger than Max Griffin in the octagon in height and reach as well. And we'll see if he can utilize that size difference inside the octagon. Max Griffin could just knock him out with one shot. But he just hasn't fought the same level of competition as Magny, in my opinion. I think we're going to see a great performance from Neil. It's a shame that they couldn't get Neil a ranked opponent. Maybe people are actually ducking Magny. I don't know about that one though. Like maybe they just couldn't get him a top 15 opponent. Yeah, maybe the Leech could have been looking to make a return against Magny. Actually, that would have been a rematch. Maybe Santiago Ponzinibbio even. Muslim Salikov just fell out of his fight with Michel Pereira. Could have maybe looked to get him in with a ranked opponent. But yeah, I don't understand why they haven't just done Khamzat Chimaev versus Magny. They could have done that last year, and it would have made a lot more sense. Maybe even Sean Brady versus Magny. I think Sean Brady might actually have a fight lined up, but that could have made sense as well. But with that being said, I've got Magny to win this fight here.